Very into fins indeed.
It's like Quippin' Tarantino.
Quippin' Tarantino. Episode 2. Here we go. World premiere.
In the heart of Waterdeep, where legends are told, our heroes rise so brave and so bold. With Tzarafar's cunning and Hurk's righteous might, they venture forth into the night. Bigfoot, Lebowski lurking below, fierce shadows dancing wherever they go. Captain Mako sails the seas with fish to be found. Together their fates start to be bound. Vicarious Ventures in the city of dreams, where mysteries unfold in dangerous schemes. Rolling the dice in the grandest of games, they see treasures untold amidst infamous names. Diopters of magic guiding which depths they will dive. In Waterdeep's race they strive to survive. In the yawning portal's embrace they gather round, ready to play a role on this hallowed ground. So join us now in this epic quest, as Vicarious Ventures will put our skills to the test. In the city of Waterdeep, where stories are spun, together we'll journey until the adventure is done.
Let's go. I just sit there chatting with Yagra, wrapping up your great stories, and maybe your stomach is grumbling a little bit as you realize you may have just eaten this guy's children. Where's the children, man? Yagra seems to be like mid-sentence with you when she kind of stops and looks over in this general direction towards this guy, this Jason Statham looking kind of dude. And she goes, "Oh, 1 second, love." She downs her drink, slams down the table and just says, "Just gotta go powder my nose." She goes over here, and there seems to be like a group of guys that are all dressed in purple. Several of them have shaved heads, like bald heads. And she kind of comes up to the table of these guys, and they seem to be telling a story and laughing, kind of like a cackling almost. And the guy seems to be reenacting a story where he seems to be pummeling someone. And she goes up, Yagra comes up to them, she says, "Oi, have a laugh, are we?" She takes the guy's head, slams it into the table. Blood goes gushing from his nose, and all roll for initiative.
Oh no!
Wait, me?
What do you mean all?
I want you all to roll for initiative. So, essentially, Yagra takes this guy's head, this Jason Statham, and she transports him. And she takes him, she slams his head into the table, and before he even knows what's going on, he's like, "Huh? Huh?" And she just takes him, and she just kind of does like a backwards grapple, and just kind of throws him over the table, past this monk guy right here, who kind of just whoop, goes out of the way, kind of dodges. He's been drinking as well, so he kind of drunk, like had his head down, like, huh? He had his head. Okay, so this guy had his head down on the table, and when she tosses it right over his head, he kind of goes drunkenly, goes, "What? Huh?" As this dude just hurls over and crash lands right in front of the plank where you walk out into the well there for the yawning at the yawning portal in the well. The way surprise works is that everybody still rolls for initiative, but if you're surprised, you can't take any actions or reactions. Actions all include bonus actions. So basically you just stand there like an idiot while everything else is going on because you're dumbfounded, okay? So all these guys are going to be surprised. So like the fact that I forgot to do this, but in fact, the fact that Charles ordered the quippers and chips, he gets a point of inspiration. So there you go, Hurk.
They were ordered for me, but I'll take it anyway.
Yeah, you ate the chips, man. So basically all these guys, all these other kind of, these are Xanathar thugs. They're also going to be joining up with their boys here on the battlefield. And essentially what's going to happen is a crowd is kind of starting to form, and you can see that like all the other kind of commoners and other adventurers and just a whole variety of people. Look at the halflings there. Let's get Haas over here. He's kind of like, I think he just kind of like gingerly steps across the bar, and he's kind of just over there. He's munching on some of the chips as he watches from his high vantage point.
My chips!
Yeah, so a fight breaks out, and basically Yagra has Krentz in a headlock, like a half Nelson, choking him out. She says, "Oh, you like killing me mates, does it? You pig."
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, Hurk, you rolled a 4, right? If you want, so you see that the girl that you were just kind of flirting with here is involved in this fight, and she's surrounded by 4 bandit thugs that look like. So she looks like she's definitely got the upper hand on this guy here, the Jason Statham looking guy. But they're ready to they look ready to pounce on her. Do you want to re-roll your initiative at all, or do you want to second turn order and spin your chips?
I have faith in her. I'll sit back and see what she's got.
Okay, so we're gonna go to top of the turn then with Mako. Mako, you're up. You have 1 for initiative.
Oh, great.
So what's your initial reaction here? If your character would just stand up, they would be able to kind of see a little bit of the action of like what's going on. If you continue to sit down, you're not really gonna be able to see anything. You just see a wall of people, and you're not really sure what's going on. Do you choose to stand at all and watch, or do you want to sit back and watch?
I'm gonna use my bonus action. Tentacle D.
Okay, just as a DM note, you can see that the wall is sticking against using magic in here, so you can certainly do that, but just gonna ask you, are you sure you want to do that?
Okay, did you hear what I said before about you looking up at the wall, and you see that it says that you can't cast any violent spells, but anything that you cast that's a spell that doesn't cause damage to somebody or direct harm, you should be okay casting.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yep. That answers my question perfectly,
Cool.
Mr.
Okay,
DM.
So you're looking over at Durnan. I'd say you could probably see Durnan.
Yeah, I could probably see.
There's a big crowd, but you can see Maloon there. He's sitting there. He looks pretty comfortable. He's kind of enjoying the show. He kind of looks over at you, kind of thinks it's interesting. You're like, he's kind of actually curious to see how you're reacting, because he's a little fun because he knows that you're not the bravest bunch at the current moment.
So here's what I do. I go underneath the table and snap my fingers and cast minor illusion, and I'm gonna make a sound of a voice appear over Durin's head, and here's what the voice is saying to Durin to make it appear like there's a woman above on the 2nd level yelling to Durin.
Okay.
And here's what it says. Durin, what the hell's going on down there? I'm trying to enjoy my drink. Stop the fight this instant. As it sounds like a Karen.
Okay, so she's
explaining to Durin from above.
Is her name Karen?
Yes.
Are you trying to do someone that like Durnan would recognize, or does he know Karen? Would he know a Karen?
No, I'm doing like a Karen.
Are you trying to imitate somebody he knows? Like, what are you exactly trying to do?
trying to Karen him right now.
Yeah. So would she like to speak to the manager, and he's the manager?
Yeah.
Okay, so that you try to do that. Okay, so he makes an intelligence check here, or a save. He rolls an 8.
Yes.
And let's see. So Durin's gonna roll his special ability called Indomitable. He charges after a long rest. Durin can re-roll a saving throw that he fails. He must use the new roll.
This is what he wants to use.
So I'm gonna roll again.
Oh boy.
Of course he's gonna use that.
Oh boy.
What is this?
It's gonna be unfortunate when he really needs it later to avoid a fireball.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
We're gonna use that first one, which is a 10. So Durnan looks up. So he looks over. He really does think there's a Karen yelling at him, and he just kind of looks up and he looks up at the second floor, and he is, "Excuse me, ma'am, but I'm trying to watch a show here, and the only woman in my life who could tell me what to do is my wife, and she's up off tonight." And that's his response.
All right. Then Mako...
And so he does believe your illusion, though. He does think that you're really there. So if you were to continue to roleplay as the woman, it would be no further checks on that. He would definitely think that he really does think she's a Karen.
All right, good.
And he really doesn't give a shit.
I like that.
All right, and then he's gonna go.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And move over here.
All right, so you still have your bonus action cinematic skill check and your movement.
Yeah.
And Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna move over. Are you trying to move towards like?
I'm moving over towards
Maloon or something?
and Durin, yeah.
Or are you trying to get a better vantage point? You're trying to hide behind, give yourself cover?
No, I'm just trying to move over towards Maloon and Durin.
Okay.
Sorry, so I've done 4 movements, I think, right here.
All right, you do have a movement of 6 squares.
Yeah. And I've used 4 squares so far.
If you'd like to, you can make it to Maloon. Would you like to, like, are you trying to hide behind Maloon or something? Or what are you trying to do?
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
He's a big, strong man.
So
Manly man, he's the
kinda
people's
go,
champ.
right here between him and this NPC, kinda? Or...
Okay. Do you want to ask him for protection?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask, can I do that with my bonus, with my skill check?
Yes, so,
essentially.
Yeah, you can definitely like give him persuasion stuff and stuff, but you can also just say it out if you don't think he's going to be opposed to it. I mean, you know him pretty well as your friend, but he is pretty amused by the whole
Maloon,
thing. I think he did
me.
chuckle at the
There's a
Karen
brawl
thing.
going on this tavern, and I'm not prepared.
Okay. So when you did the Karen thing, Maloon, he just slaps his hand down like several times, and he just slaps his hand on the table. He thinks he's having a good time. He's a few drinks in, like, okay, he's a lot of drinks in right now, actually, and he just thought it was hilarious. So he and Durnan react to that, and he's in a really good mood. So he says, yeah, sure, and he's like, he kind of pulls up a stool next to you and like puts it right behind him, so you can just kind of like peer over his shoulder, kind of. You want just kind of view the action from over his shoulder, over the shoulder cam. Yeah.
All right. And then going to use my cinematic skill check to look over at this green man over here with his quips and chips, and I want to like see right if he has
like
any weapons on him.
You see right now, Hurk is there.
So I'm gonna roll a perception check. If that's
Go ahead and
okay
make a
you.
perception check.
Or,
you can see. I can tell you right now. You do see that he's wearing a shield over his shoulder.
All right.
Right now, what you see though, by the way, is that you see him. He's trying to eat his quips and chips. There's a little halfling that kind of came over there, and the halfling is kind of like, "What? We're gonna let some of the other players who haven't been introduced yet kind of take control of the halflings." So we have the young halfling up top here. His name is Haas. He's up there. He kind of campered over across the top of the table. All these guys have been drinking, singing songs. He kind of goes over and he sees that like Hurk is kind of watching the action, and like he's kind of turned to watch the action, but like, you know, he's turned away from his food and he's kind of eating the food without looking. And then all of a sudden the halfling is also eating the food as well. And it looks like Stro, the other halfling that's right beneath him, has also joined. Their third companion, whose name is Digson, as in dig sin, as in as a sin to dig. He is down, and he's just kind of looking. He's a little bit more reserved. He's also been drinking, but he's just kind of like watching his buddies. So I'm gonna let Dixon be controlled by Ian, and I'm gonna let Haas be controlled by Scott. And so Mako's gonna do a perception check, and you guys let me know what he sees. Scott, yeah. So Scott's gonna control Haas, and Ian's gonna control Dixon. You rolled an 8. Okay, so you look over there, and what do they see? Haas, what are you doing, and what's Stro doing? I mean, what's Dixon doing after?
Well, Haas is somewhat noticing that all.
You're on top of the counter.
Yeah, I'm on top of the counter as a halfling myself. I'm sitting, I'm splay-legged. I'm trying to stretch out the old hips, you know, because it's a hard day's work. I do.
Yeah. How old is Haas? Is he still a fresh young buck?
You could say so. You know, he's kind of it's hard to tell because he's lived a hard scrabbled life outside of the alleyways typically. Blue collar kind of town. You know, he's kind of a hipster in the tavern, but you know, he's hired as some sort of muscle here.
Yeah, they probably haven't heard of him,
I suppose. Yeah, the thing is that he's not actually hired. He's just stealing food. So he's stealing some food from.
Is he? Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand actually for Haas. I know we're right in the middle of Mako's turn, but as a reaction, we're gonna just use that as your, you know. So go ahead and roll a sleight of hand, and while you're rolling that, you go ahead and roll that. And meanwhile, I'm gonna let Mako know that you see that you're trying to discern whether or not Hurk has a weapon at his hip. you don't really notice that he has a long sword attached to his hip. You do see that he has a shield, but he's sitting. His sword is on his left side, and you can't quite see it, especially since you're kind of like looking over Maloon's shoulder. And those halflings are also dancing around. They're very distracting, and they seem to be messing with his food.
All right, and I'm gonna end my turn there, and pass it on to the next person.
So did you roll a sleight of hand, Scott?
I did. It should be to you, as Czar, I guess. That's where it came out.
Oh, it didn't update on my other thing. Oh, okay, yeah, I saw that. No, it actually, you did fine. It just didn't update on my other screen. And is Dixon doing anything at the bottom of the bar there? So you did get noticed, by the way, by Hurk, who's like, Hurk, I assume you don't like it? He's getting stealing your food?
Yeah.
You slap his hand. You said, I think you were telling me before you wanted to slap his hand away, right?
Could you make that sound again? Ow.
I'm like,
yeah, Dixon is just
disgusted by the fact that you have your little hobbit feet up on top of the desk. Like, bro, people eat here. What are you doing?
You're an orc. Fucking calm your tits.
Hey, use prestidigitation to clean it. You know, they got good janitor services. So Dixon, what's Dixon up to?
I'm just kind of observing the chaos from that end of the bar there. I'm watching for other.
Are you enjoying it? Are you like yelling at them? Like,
I'm having a little giggle to myself, but I'm
are
also
you
kind of scanning for other food that may be unattended.
A little smarter than Haas.
Yeah, like, okay, so I imagine that there's actually a large. Yeah, it seems like somebody else seems to have left their food here, and it's just totally wide open by the whole. I don't think it's going to load there, but I'm trying to ping the location there. But they essentially left like several cinnamon rolls and what looks to be half of a boar, and it's just sitting there now. They're part of this crowd. I think it was belonged to these cat people over here, the Tabaxi. They seem totally preoccupied.
Y'all are the grubbiest.
I'm not sure why Haas went just charging right past it. I think, well, originally Haas went up there. Well, see, if you guys remember, like Haas originally wanted to see part of the action here, so he was trying to see around the crowd of people. Went right past half a boar and some cinnamon rolls. That's a really hot item tonight. It seems like almost every table has a boar with some cinnamon rolls on it.
I forgot about that.
They look good. All right, so yeah, so okay. Anything else that Dixon wants to do before we move on there? Just you join the view. You want to yell anything out? You good? Or you keep to yourself, or
I'm not gonna be doing any yelling. Can I just
something out at your buddies, or
get a little bit of that boar snoot? Just a
hell yeah, dude. So you just grab the entire. Which half of the board is your favorite half? Would you say the top half or bottom?
Them cheeks.
He likes the snoot.
Are you a top half or bottom half? You like the cheeks? So you got that.
Yeah, you got clap that shit.
So you go over and you just grab them, you just pull them right towards yourself, and you just start digging in. You're enjoying. You got like one cheek in each hand, and you're just feeling good in the moment here. You're really enjoying yourself. You just kind of chuckle as you see Haas get his hand kind of slapped away, like swatted away like a fly to Hurk. But it does seem at Hurk, as you slap his hands, you notice his hands are very like. You expected him to. You tried to knock him off of the counter, but he actually didn't held his ground pretty well. Seems pretty strong for a little halfling.
I don't think.
All right, so we're gonna go onto our.
Just kind of give you a little tap, like cut it out.
No, okay. You don't. He was he's a sturdy looking. He's a very stout, sturdy little halfling there, though, which you notice. But yeah, you don't want to just slapping people off. Okay,
very low center of gravity.
Yeah, he's very good center of gravity, center of mass. Okay, and so with that, we're gonna move on to our. Is there anything else you want to do, Mako, before you end your turn?
Nope, I'm on my turn now, so that way we can keep moving.
Okay, so while now that's going on, we got Krentz, who's in like a headlock. Krentz is currently in a headlock with Yagra, and he's going to try to use his action to escape out of there. I'm going to have him do acrobatics to get out of there. And He's gonna try to squirm his way out of there. Almost like she's trying to get him in a rear naked choke, so he can't get out completely. He crits. Negative. He got natural 1, so you can't. I guess can't crit, but he got a natural 1. So I'm just gonna. I could roll her thing, but I'm pretty sure she wins. So unless she also does a nat 1, I guess that would be pretty crazy. She's gonna do a strength check, athletics, a 4 actually. Wow. So she just really needs a, but that's enough. So he tries to get out. He tries to squirm his way out. And he tries to like plant his feet down and try to push up, and then she just keeps him in a headlock. And the room is starting to get black. He's starting to black out a little bit. So he does not escape, and that ends his turn because he can't get out of that. She's a strong woman. All right, and with that, we're gonna move on to Fiahd. Fiahd, you're up. So you look around, you see that you can't quite see from your angle like exactly what's going on, because like you're over with this Vel. You guys are chilling. You guys are about to go up the stairs because she was like, come, let's go upstairs. I need to tell you something. And then the fight broke out. So you're like, what's going on? So you look, you can't quite see, but you can, if you went up on a ledge or something, you might be able to see exactly what's going on. Or if you came a little closer, you might be able to see what's going on. But you can sort of make out what's going on.
Yeah, so
what would Fiahd like to do with her turn?
Kitty, hold on, sorry.
Every table is filled with delicious food. You could feast on. You could watch the action with some nice boar, like a nice roast, like rump roast, and some cinnamon rolls. Unless you're, I don't know, on a diet. I don't know. But Fia's.
I can't remember.
She looks like she's in pretty good shape.
I can't remember how much we can move in a turn, but Fia's not one to like jump into conflict unless I absolutely need to. So, and I'm not really sure why this.
Well, you see that there's
so far away from.
You see, there's this girl. Your vantage point. You had your back turned. You did not see Yagra slam this dude's head into the table.
Right.
All you see is a woman surrounded by 5 dudes that look like they're ready to jump on her.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what.
But you also don't know her. You don't know anything about her.
Right. I don't know anything about her.
She looks pretty strong, though.
She does look like she can hold her own from far away, and so I'm not really sure like why or how the fight started, I don't think, but it does look like she is not in any dire need.
No, you had your back turned. It's loud.
From what I can see, I am feeling a little famished. Instinct is to grab some food and head to the. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, so you are with this Vel, and this Vel turned around and you kind of look towards her to see kind of her read on like how dire of a situation is. And she just kind of rolls her eyes and says,
yeah.
Oh, another fight. Every night it's like this.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just going to...
Every night
I'm going to be like, hey, Esfel, are you hungry? I'm a little hungry. Should we grab some food and go upstairs and see if we can see what's going on from the 2nd floor?
You're like, yes, let's get away from all this ruckus. I can't stand it. Let's go upstairs.
Okay, let's go.
So do you guys want to move away? You do have 15 feet or 30 feet of movement, which is 6 squares. And then if you use your dash, you can move another 30 feet if you'd like. So you are about not that far away. Let me see. I gotta scroll over, but I think you're pretty close to the stairs. So you're about, from the entrance of the stairs, you're about 25 feet. So you could go there, and then it's 10 feet to go to the top of the floor. But so you could use that plus your, I would say that, you know, from where you're at, you can get up there. Like just be able to reach up the stairs. I'll say that's enough for your movement to go up to the 2nd level without having to do that 10 feet of movement up. So you can be on the 2nd level if you'd like.
Okay. So should I just move myself by the stairs then and just leave it there? Cool.
I think it's swapping. There we go. So as you see, there's 3 levels to it.
Oh, and the balcony is like right there on the 2nd floor.
Yep. So now you can essentially stay right where your character is. You can see they are up top there now, and you got a great view. You have probably one of the best seats in the house.
Perfect.
Because you can see you're just high enough up that you can see all the stuff, and you bet there's actually like several of these, like all along the ceiling. There's like these lanterns that are kind of hanging that are like these little burning. They have ever burning lamps in them, and they're all like these soft diffuse lighting. And there's a bunch of strings that go all over the top. You can see there's a chandelier here. There's a chandelier there. They're everywhere. So in theory, you could walk across them like a tightrope if you really needed to. But yeah, other than that, you're just watching the show. You guys got yourself a nice couple of sweet rolls, and you guys are watching that action unfold. Is there anything you'd like to do with bonus action, cinematic soul check, or anything like that before you move on to your turn?
Not right now.
Like cheer on anybody? Would you like to? Would you just like keep to yourself?
I'm just gonna keep an eye on the. I'm gonna keep my eye on the fight below, and just turn to Isfel and just ask her for some more details. So, Isfel, tell me more about what information you found.
So this all happens within about 6 seconds. So you definitely can talk to her, but you have no opportunity to have like a full conversation with her.
Right.
But she does want to bring you to her. She did say like, "Come, let's go. I have." Yes. So like it's right in the middle of all this action right now, but essentially, because over here, she has a room that's in upper second level. You can see it actually. I'll move this out of the way. Right where I'm pinging on the map in the upper left-hand corner, there is a large suite. It is the largest suite. If you guys look up
there
to
it
the
is.
left.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, you know what?
That's whose room? That's my room, or Isfel's room?
That's Isfel's room. And by the way, Cade, are you also moving the camera around so that everybody can see this stuff as well? Like up to the top parts, so you can see Fiahd, because I just noticed I wasn't moving the camera. But like over up to the left-hand side, she has that massive
I'm
suite
moving the Twitch ball
like
around.
On the second level. It's about there. So that's where you guys are headed. I would just miss out on like things like dice rolls. So so within each turn lasts about 6 seconds. Fiahd, you have used those 6 seconds to have that little conversation. Hey, you want to go upstairs? Isfel says, yeah. You guys both go up there. You grab a few cinnamon rolls that you had on the were sitting on the table, and then you guys are now watching great seats from the action unfolding in the second level. And with that, you pass your turn, right?
Yep.
All right, so now we're going to move on to the next person, which is Yagra. So Yagra has this dude, and she's going to try to finish him off here with, I'm going to do an attack roll just to see if she can finish him off here. So she has the Tavern Brawler feat, so she can use a 1d4 instead of a 1d1. Everyone is proficient in unarmed strike, as long as you're an adventurer, you have a proficiency. So 1d4 plus 2. And so she does 4 damage to him, and she knocks him out. He passes out with that. So he is out cold. They don't have a ton of HP. He was already bloodied earlier, from the head slam. You got him pretty good with that one. And with that, he has 4 points of damage. He's out. So when you do you can always choose to do non-lethal. She didn't kill him. Whenever you deliver a blow that goes people down to 0 HP, you can tell me as the DM, I want this to be a non-lethal blow. You just have to come up with a creative way. Like if you're hitting with a weapon, you say, I hit him with the blunt end of my weapon. I don't hit him with the stabby part. This is the point.
With the stabby part.
That's Yagra's turn, so she's pretty happy with that. Stick him with the pointy end. We're going to go to this bandit here who's just below. And he does have unarmed strike, so he's going to come up to her. And so he's just saw that Krentz got knocked out. He's going to try to do like a body slam, unarmed strike, and he does a 1 damage. He actually critically failed, so he did have a +2 as proficiency, but he critted, and he got a critical fail. So he goes to do the body slam, but Krentz kind of slumps, is like unconscious now. And so she just kind of drops him, and then he goes flying over her and then trips over Krentz, slams into this table right here where there's that lantern, and the lantern rolls off, and the lantern is like an oil-fed lamp, which is flammable. So we're going to roll to see if this, so it's going to say it's like right there on the floor. And we're just going to roll.
Happy about this.
Yeah, we're going to see if it cracks from that. And the guy also takes a point of bludgeoning damage, 1 point of bludgeoning damage. So that bandit is down by 1 HP from that. Looks like an idiot. And he's also knocked prone too. And when you're in the prone condition, all attacks that people do on you have advantage. So I'm going to do a dice roll. I'm going to roll a 1d20. If it's anything higher than a 10, it cracks. And it's a 5. So it does not crack. But it looks like, it cracks, but it does not catch on fire. Okay? That's that guy's turn. All right, now to this other bandit. So this guy actually, he sees what's happening, and so he sees his buddy go flying past Yagra. She just kind of casually just drops Krentz watches the guy trip over him. The guy slams in, bloodies his chin, chips his tooth a little bit. This guy grits his teeth, and he tries to hit around the back of the head with an elbow, and he rolls a 3. Wow, he roll a 3 that does not hit, and so he goes to do that. She kind of just looks over at him. She kind of just like he goes in for the elbow overhead, and so she just kind of like redirects and just kind of flips him over her shoulder, just kind of like casually like a parry, and just kind of whoop, and he just kind of goes tumbling over her as well. So now he's over here. So she's basically making these guys look like idiots. All right, and let's say that actually went this far. And where's the other guy? The other guy's he's right here now. He went crashing over the table, and he's right there. So he basically got 2 dudes that are both like prone right now, there, and I don't think it lit it up. Yeah, no, you see him over there by the bar. All right, and with that, that guy is going to use his action to attack. He uses, let's see, the rest of his movement to try to stand up. So he can't move anymore from this. He's still stuck in that place. But this dude is like prone. Anyway, so then we're going to move on to the next person. We're going to move on to Hurk. So Hurk, you were munching on some chips. You're watching this whole thing unfolding. Seems to be going pretty well in Yagra's favor, but she does still have 2 guys behind her. And there's the 2 dudes that look pretty pissed that they're losing the fight to her, that are like right in front of you guys. What do you do?
Yeah, first thing
and the halflings are loving it too.
He stands up out of his stool and he like pushes it in, and then he just glares daggers at Haas, just like.
Wow, I heard this dumpster out back.
And then I'm gonna walk up here and lean over the bar and be like,
"Catch me outside."
Then I'd like to buy 3 tickets for the pit, and I put down 3 gold. And then I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna headbutt this.
Oh shit!
Right in front of me.
The Haas guy?
No.
You want? I was gonna say I thought you didn't want to hit him, and now it's like you're headbutting him. Oh, okay. The guy who's prone. Oh, you're gonna like headbutt him as he's on the floor.
I want.
You're just gonna like nosedive. Right, I mean, you can do whatever you want. Yeah. So, by the way, there is a bit of a crowd around you, but it's been enough. I don't think you need to make a strength check to get through him. That guy's pretty close to you. If you have to get through Yagra, you'd have to probably do a strength check to weasel way past everybody. But go ahead. What do you want to do to this man?
Here. Is he? You said he's on the ground right now.
He just chipped his tooth on the table after like crit failing against Yagra. He looks super pissed, and he's like turning back towards Yagra. He totally doesn't see you coming. It won't be a surprise attack, but it'll be with advantage. Any kind of attack that you do.
Not even gonna bother attacking.
What does Hurk do?
Grab him and pick him up off the floor. I'm gonna like grab him by the scruff of the neck, and just start dragging him.
Okay, are you trying to grapple him or?
Yep. Well, I was gonna headbutt him if he was standing. If he's on the ground, I'm not gonna bother kicking him while he's down. I'm just
go ahead and give me
grab him by the scruff of the neck and start dragging him.
Well, you have a lot. Well, as you look around, there's stools that you can go WWE on this guy. There's stools. There's tables full of
I'm gonna go WWE
boar and shit. Right. You have a proficiency with improvised weapons and stuff. You could do anything you want.
Yeah. No, I just want to grapple him and start.
You love a good crowded fight. You're gonna drag. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
I'll give you my.
Okay, so you slapped
here.
down the thing earlier.
I was gonna run up and Sparta kick him into the pit, but then
I got you.
Dude, please, yes, that sounds.
Oh my god!
Please, this
quips and shit. It's gonna take me a couple minutes to get there.
Water deep.
Okay, just so you know, it's 140 foot. It's a 140 foot fall to the bottom of the pit.
I already paid for
probably kill him.
I already paid for his ticket.
If you do that,
he's going down.
You know you did. Yeah.
No mercy. Hot damn.
Bro.
You crit failed.
I knew this man was dangerous.
On that, so that's actually an attack roll. Oh no, you don't do. Yeah. Oh yeah, you do a check to see if you can grapple him first, right? Yeah. Yeah. So I guess I can roll for him for that.
Bad boy. Yeah.
Inspiration. Okay, great. All right, so you rolled a 14, and he's going to roll for, it's going to be an athletics check. So he rolled a 7, so he loses. So you do grapple him. And I think you still have, let's see, you move about 5 feet. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 squares to the edge of the Oh yeah, because half your speed. Yeah. So you'd be able to move. Normally, you'd be able to move 6 squares. With him, you had 5 squares left, so that's like half of 5, so 2.5 squares. So do you want to pick him up and drag him then, like right here?
Yeah. For now, I'm just got him by the collar. I'm like dragging him towards the pit. I'm walking past Yagra, make eye contact with her while she's choking that dude out. I'm just like, so.
You also have the charger feed as well, right? So if you were to dash and use your dash, I think you knock people back like 10 feet, but I don't think that would work. And
I mean, if you want to counter for this, I'll use it, but I don't think you make this take multiple turns if it has to.
I think dash, I think dash would have, you would have like you dashed to him, but then knock him back 10 feet, it wouldn't have been enough to get him towards the pit. Okay, so you're dragging him. So you're, so as you go by, so you're picking him up. He's all like, his tooth is chipped. He's like, oh man, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, these big, like strong hands come pick him up, and he's like, oh, what the heck? By the scruff of the neck, and you just start picking him up like he's a child, and his legs are kind of dragging along the floor there of the nicely swept taverns, very smoothly gliding along there, almost like very graceful, almost like you're dancing with them. And Yagra kind of looks over at you, and she's like, oh yeah, like she mentally notes that's a good move. She's like, you really know how to sweep someone off the feet. Yeah, but it's delicate, like a ballerina slowly gliding across the flour.
Unfortunately, my dad.
So you have this man now.
Bit of a drag.
Nice. That's this borderline is for you. Keep that up, sir. You might have somebody. You keep up with those puns, you might just get there. What the hell? What the hell? You get a point in inspiration, Charles. That was a good pun, man.
Let's go.
You guys are role playing. Inspiration, my friend. There you go. You're feeling inspired by this. You're fighting. You're doing it again. Once with Yagra, you're joining the battle. You feel inspired to be in her presence again. Something about you guys fighting together. Things seem to go better the longer that you guys go on in the fight. So.
Hell yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, that's it, man. Give me a level 5, and then I'll start throwing action at you left and right. But till then,
Bonnie just kind of has pocketed the gold that she swept down. Durnan doesn't handle any of the money directly himself. He gives you a little nod, like, all right. It seems like he's a little entertained to see how it goes. He doesn't seem to be too preoccupied with people falling down the pit. It's almost like this happens a lot.
As long as they pay their fee, I got that covered.
Vibe that you get from. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, that's it. Hey, remind me again with the green aura around us.
All right, so now we're on to this next bandit. So that is your health. So when you get hurt, it'll turn to like so your party members can see that. Everybody can see everybody else's like everybody can see that like Mako and Hurk and stuff and Fiahd have a green aura around them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
That means that'll turn to yellow when you guys get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you guys get really hurt, it'll turn to red. So just from a glance, you can tell how your teammates are doing. You don't have to constantly ask, how much HP do you have? So we're going to move on to the next bandit here. So these bandits are not having it right now. They kind of see that you slammed the gold down, and they can kind of perceive what you're doing there. This dude right here, as he's going by, Yagra is giving you the wink and the nod and everything like that. He whips out a large curved dagger. The other buddy kind of gestures to the other buddy as well. He's going to try to slit her throat behind you, right behind her. So as he does that, though,
damn, that's pretty intense.
It's quite an escalation, yeah.
I know. I was gonna say
it's called he's playing dirty.
What's that?
Bar fight just turned dark.
It's called he's playing dirty.
So he's kind of obscured a little bit by all the action, but these guys are pissed. You're treating them like children right now, and this guy is just going along for the ride. Almost looks like you guys are enjoying this. And remember, these Xanathar guys,
taller than my ankles.
They're kind of crazy.
All right.
these crazy skinheads, man. So
Duran should have listened to Karen, man. Now there's a knife.
So he's gonna go attack. As a ready reaction, there's the part of the crowd that's behind him. There's a man that is there's a guy that drunkenly stumbles out into the action. Oh, you mean like this thing, the plank that you walk out in the plank? It's this guy, right? Everybody see the guy right there? So there's a large crowd. There's like maybe 15 people or so.
Guy looks like Adam Scott.
I think it's like a little animal or something. I don't know exactly what. Can you guys, if I go like this, I think I go Shift Z.
Oh, it's got a little bird.
Does that show it to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. He's like a little bird with a little bird there. Whoops, I think I swapped the characters on these guys. Oh yeah, so like actually it's this guy right here. This is the drunk guy. You guys see this guy has a bottle of
He looks
booze
more
right
drunk,
there?
yeah.
Oh yeah, walking it around.
Yeah, that's why. So as a reaction, that guy can see that because he's got his vantage point right. He's watching the action here. There's a huge crowd. He just kind of drunkenly stumbles into the action there. And as this guy readies an attack here, this dude stumbles out drunkenly right in between him and Yagra, and kind of like, hey, what? Hey, let me tell you something. And then the guy tries to make an attack. And this guy is going to use a readied reaction to do what's called a parry. And this guy rolls. So on reaction, this guy is actually a drunken fist monk. He adds 2 to his AC against 1 melee or ranged attack. So now the monk is the target of this attack. And the guy's going to roll. So let's see what he rolls.
Drunken monk. It's a good restaurant or bar name.
Guy does a 13 against the drunken monk. What'd you say?
I just said that'd be a good name for like a restaurant or a bar or something.
I thought you said something about the bar. What would it be called? The drunken monk?
Yeah, it's fun to say. The drunken monk. It's fun to say. You know, it's catchy. You'd remember it. It's fun to say. You know, it's catchy.
It would have to be like chickpea tenders. You know, like
chickpea tenders.
Fried chickpeas.
Yeah.
Sweet potato fries.
Yeah. And then 14 beers.
Yum.
So this guy makes an attack with his blade, the bandit. He rolls a 16 to hit on the monk. The monk has AC of 15, but he used +2 with his reaction. The monk adds 2 to its AC against 1 melee or weapon or attack roll. So actually that whiffs on the attack on that. So this guy goes to do that. He drunkenly stumbles and redirects the attack on the guy. And then he also has what's called a redirect attack thing. Redirect attack. When a creature misses you with a melee attack roll, you can spend 1 key point as reaction to cause that attack to hit 1 creature of your choice other than the attacker. This guy redirects the attack to his buddy. So his buddy has an AC of 12. So he gets hit by the scimitar and he takes, 4 slashing damage. He kind of like stumbles over, swipes over, and just slashes his buddy right across the chest. And he's like, what the hell? Takes some damage, and that's all that he's going to do with his turn. That then also as a raid action, the other druid comes in. He's going to use what's called wild shape. He's a druid monk, so he transforms into a spider. And he's like a spider monkey, really. He's like a spider monkey. And so you can. And so what he does is he's going to attempt to climb up on this guy. He climbs up on him, and when you have a creature that's twice your size, you can attack with advantage. So he's gonna try to headbutt this guy with spider headbutt. Unarmed strike. Oh, he has advantage on the next one. So it's a 13. 13 does hit and does 6 bludgeoning. And then he uses another attack to spider headbutt, because he can do that twice with his bonus action since he's a monk. And so he hits this guy for a 15 for 7 bludgeoning damage. So 6 bludgeoning damage and 7 bludgeoning damage. He knocks this guy out cold. It's like you see this like little spider pop out, double headbutt this guy, and since it's not a fang, it counts as it's like an unarmed strike kind of thing, and he just knocks this guy out cold. And then he kind of just web swings back over to his seat over here, and like midair shifts back into a druid, like a human form, and just casually sits on the seat there, kind of just waving his fingers back and forth like didn't
say the magic word.
No weapons, no weapons allowed. Or like,
I like how this is the most incredibly violent bar ever, but like the rules like don't use a violent spell.
Yeah, I know, right?
Don't use any weapons, and don't use any anything other than your fists.
Entertainment here, you know, they don't really have live music aside from the random bards who are
so like
in the corners. It's like eating at medieval times, you know.
You guys you guys do frequent. So like you guys come to this bar regularly, and you know kind of Durnan's policy, and there are bar fights, but you just can't use weapons, and you can't do anything that would be like a violent spell.
Okay, but
fist fighting is totally allowed.
So what happens?
Yes, and they got immediately. What do you mean? What happened? The bandits? They just got attacked. Well,
yeah, but like,
so as you guys saw, they just both
decide
got
to come in. And are we allowed to randomly come in? And, like,
you're not. You are in.
Use our weapons now.
You're in the initiative right now.
No, don't use your weapons.
They did not. Neither of these guys have used any weapons yet. I don't know if you guys noticed. They've only used. Both of these guys are monks. They've only used unarmed strikes so far. The one guy redirected an attack with a parry. The other guy attacked his buddy with the scimitar. That's his fault. He didn't attack him. He attacked his own buddy. Then the other guy headbutted him twice as a spider and did a shit ton of damage and knocked him out. So both of them just headbutts and redirecting attacks so far. It's perfectly legal. And you guys have gone to this bar a lot. You know, Durnan actually does hire. He has several hired bodyguards that are bouncers that will intervene in fights, and that's what they just did.
Oh, right, yes.
Man, that's
he
the
has several
job of a lifetime is be a drunken master in a bar.
Hell yeah, yeah. That guy gets a lot of action, but he has so many different people. You wouldn't know him from one night to the next because he has such a revolving cast of people. All of Durnan's people are very loyal to him. In fact, if anybody tries to do a spell against any of Durnan's close friends or family, they automatically lose that check on the attempt to turn him over if they're extremely loyal. Anyways, so those guys are done. Move on to them. So Spider-Man's out. We'll move on to so like anybody can technically jump in on the fight if they want to on these guys.
What does that mean?
They just have
well,
to,
I mean, like I want to know if I
want
can
to
pull my
join the
spear out
initiative
and
stuff like that.
spear and gut the guy, but it doesn't sound like we can do that. All right. Because like I thought, like since this guy pulled his blade out,
you probably need a very similar fate to those.
You can certainly try.
You can definitely do that. You can certainly try, although you probably will get reprimanded by the monks. They probably will do to you what they just did to him.
Okay, so that means we can't do it.
So at this point,
all right. So we're gonna go to the top of the round, but here's how it's gonna go. Okay. So before anybody moves, before we move this next turn order, it's good. We're gonna have the halflings roll for initiative. They wanna jump on this because Durnan actually. Okay. So here's what happens. What was the very last thing that happened in the round? It was
Spider-Man.
The druid guy thing and moving over, web swinging back into his chair and turning back into a human. All right, so now that it's escalated into violence, Durnan is obviously like, all right, fun's over, folks. You crossed the line, and he kind of turns over to the little halfling next to him named Haas, and he says, "What do you say there, partner? I think it's time we take out the trash." And he kind of turns over to Haas, and Haas's eyes seem to light up.
And he was still stealing my food. What kind of establishment is this?
I get paid in rights.
You can, son. You can take it up with Karen upstairs.
Yeah, take it up with Karen upstairs, dude.
Besides, you're over there grappling the guy currently right now. So
yeah, what is Karen doing this entire time?
When Durnan speaks, everybody seems to. She has to wait, technically, I think, to Mako's turn to use her fake actions.
I made Karen.
But I'm just letting you guys know.
Chilling.
So Durnan kind of
Karen's
interrupts.
Me. Karen is me. I am her.
It's me.
I'm Karen. It's me, guys.
He turns to the halfling Haas and says to him, "I think it's time for us to take out the trash."
And I agree. I'm going to do it. I advance towards
currently,
the trash.
How Haas so there's a large bandit then. He's about easily twice your size, maybe about 2.5 times your size, who is still prone on the ground, trying to get up from that. It would probably, any other halfling might need to use the help action to get him up, but if you wanted to do something with him, you sure can. So you're a little bit further down in the initiative order. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Mako, and then we're going to go to Fiahd, and then we're going to go to Haas in the initiative order, okay? So Mako's a 20, Fiahd's like 19, and then Haas is 18.1, so you're going to go third. But I was just letting you know, like, what Durnan was saying.
Yeah, no. Haas has a...
So, yeah, actually, so we're going to go to Mako, and then we're going to go to... So we're going to move over to Mako. Sorry for jumping around with you guys. I know there's a delay and stuff, too. I'm trying to keep it in order the initiative order.
You're doing good.
You're doing good, man.
You're doing
All right, what would you like to do, Mako?
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna have Karen go and scream, "What did you just say to me, Durin? Ah! You better not! You better stop that fight right now!"
Oh my gosh.
Elaborate.
I
Please
totally
elaborate.
forgot
She
Karen
upset-
was
she-
fake until now.
That's how good of an illusion it is.
The annoyance is real. Durnan is actually annoyed,
I bet.
but he says, "I'm working on it, sweetheart."
Good!
Because he just, because he just said, he's doing something about it.
Mako
So
smiles in
Durnan
the
is
corner
essentially
as he says
kind
that
of
a little bit, and then takes a bar stool, close by, wait, is this guy sitting there? This guy right here? Never mind. He won't.
That guy's sitting right there, and you're right next to a fireplace. So be careful walking that way. There's a large, yawning troll that you could just walk right into.
On the bar.
All right.
It's not another equipment to the menu.
I'm just gonna stay right there. I'm gonna give like a small smile, like in the background, like I think I'm so like. Mako thinks he's like so smart, and he's gonna use like that was technically his action to do that. He's gonna go and essentially tell Maloon, who do you think is gonna win this?
Maloon
like,
is currently just downing another beer, like just hardcore. He still hears you, but he's just chugging.
All right.
Kind of. There's some stuff. He's rolling down his sides of his face. He's just chugging.
Okay. And then
you can guess. You can guess that your friend. He's getting hammered right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to. Can I perception check Durnan to see how like annoyed he is? I'm just really curious about that.
Just for fun.
For fun.
Just to pass the
go for it.
time.
All right. Okay. 11.
11. Yeah, he looks like he seems like he's more annoyed at the Karen than he is by the bloodshed.
Okay, I end my turn there. Let me EOT and pass it on to the next person.
Okay. Okay, I think Krentz is out, so we're gonna skip him. Krentz is just is foaming at the mouth, and we're gonna go on to Fiahd. Go on to Fiahd.
Shoot. Oh shoot! Wow. Okay. Okay.
Well, also notice that next to you, there doesn't seem to be anybody that would match the description of a Karen. Really, it's just you and Asfelip. There's some other patrons, but it sounds like she's coming from right next to you, but she's actually there's nobody there.
Huh.
I think people might think it's you yelling.
People think it's me yelling.
I think Durnan has been talking to you when he's looking up at the Karen this whole time.
Oh shoot, that's not cool. Damn. Fuck. Where am I? I need to use my like shadow powers to hide myself or something. My goodness. I can't see. Can I see what the second floor looks like? Is that
yeah, you're standing right now on there's like a balcony. It wraps around the portal, and then all to the left-hand side there's all those rooms and stuff. But the actual portal itself and the immediate area around the portal is all unobscured.
Okay.
I could do it,
but
I don't want to
be. I don't want to be. No, that's fine. If he thinks that I'm Karen, I don't want to be mistaken for Karen, and I also don't want to be drawing attention to myself because I'm trying to have a secret conversation with this fella. So
okay,
I want to go. I want to go away from where the Karen voice is coming from and try and find like a more shadowy area where I can distance myself from that and get a little bit more privacy with the spell, but still kind of keep an eye on the fight.
You can certainly move towards her room if you'd like, if you want to just get out of the immediate area.
Yeah, actually, her room is in the
at
top
this point,
left, right?
Everybody is Yeah, there's a lot going on. So some people are looking at you. Durnan definitely looked in your direction, thought you were the Karen, unfortunately. But you can definitely slink off to get out of there.
I'm gonna start making my way over to her room. Maybe that'll probably be a good idea, anyways, because my goal is to try and talk to her about more information that she has.
I can show you roughly where it is.
We'll just start making our way over to her room.
Yep. So if you look outside, you can tell kind of where the room is because her room is actually a nice suite. That's if you look to where I'm pinging the location, there's a little staircase. Now over this dumpster area, you see that there's what?
Dumpster.
Wait,
so you see over the stairs, there's a dumpster.
Why is the dumpster moving?
The room is on the second floor, which is the same.
Okay.
Yep, dumpster's taking initiative. It's like I've waited long enough.
Oh my gosh.
So he's basically so you see this staircase actually leads up to like a second level. There's actually like a little wooden deck, like a nice kind of viewing area, like a little balcony that's over top of those dumpsters and everything like that. It's kind of an interesting location to put a balcony, but interesting place to put a dumpster. But it's very sanitary dumpster, so there's no smell or anything. And then her room is like right over where the kitchens are actually. So sometimes you hear this, you smell the nice smells coming up from the kitchen. And below that is Durnan's office area, which is there. And then the bottom part is he actually lives here with his family. And there's like his living quarters are actually at the bottommost thing. But anyways, her room is above the kitchen.
Okay.
Which is right there.
I can move about 30 feet, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll switch to the floor since you're really thinking about it.
No, it's okay. I was just seeing how far I could go. I was trying to use my little measuring tool. Oh, we can go chill at I think we can make our way over to this table on the other side here. That's near her room. Do you see that here? Wait, how do I ping? Oh wait, my pinging isn't working.
You can go ahead and move your character where you need to.
Okay, cool.
Just don't move more than 60 feet.
Whoop. There we go. Come right over here. Prime viewing area, but away from Karen, so people don't think I'm her.
Okie dokie. So you're now on the second floor. When we switch back the views, it'll still show you, but you're not actually. And Isvel is going to join you as well. So she's kind of making her way back towards her. You don't really know where her room is yet, but you're following her, and she also kind of. Are you peeking that? You can't see the action directly below you right now, but you can see in the pit, but you can't quite see what's going on directly below you if you move that way. Is that okay?
That's okay. Yeah, I'm still kind of keeping I'm still kind of. No, it's okay. I'll keep an ear out. I'm keeping an ear out now. Just kind of listening to what's happening below me.
Using your elf ears.
Yes.
The elven accuracy of those ears. Okay, cool. I'm going to switch to the next person then. Is that going to end your turn?
Yeah.
All right. So now we are going to move to the newcomer to the action, and
Time to take out the trash.
So I'm gonna let you know what's happening right now. So as that dude was getting up, he sees his buddies that were like basically like they're fucking up pretty bad. They're messing up pretty bad, and he's just getting up and looking around. He decides that he is not going to join in on the battle, but he sees on the counter right here. In between Durnan and very drunk Maloon, who's supposed to be watching the tip jar. Unfortunately, he's not.
What?
The guy grabs the tip jar and makes a bolt for it.
What?
And someone yells, "Hey, stop! He's stealing the tip jar!"
Oh, fuck,
there's not much in there. There's maybe like a few coppers and some silver. How do you react?
I fucking chase him. Where is he? Tackle.
It seems to be there's a tip jar bandit that's on the loose, and he's making his way. He's trying to make his way towards the kitchen. He's gonna try to go through the kitchens here, and he's gonna try to go towards this trash.
He set up this encounter.
Where the fuck is he? Where is he? Ping that motherfucker. Ping the motherfucker. Where is he?
So he's actually used the dash.
There he is.
So he did actually move back. He did use the dash to get back there. He's actually going to be able to move, I think, about that far because he used the dash.
There he is.
So he's actually scrambling through the kitchen. He darts around. He darts around the fireplace. He's there's some workers. There's a server coming out of the kitchen. He just plows in them. There's shit flying in the air. There's boars. There's cinnamon rolls. They're so hot tonight. They're sounding like hotcakes. But he doesn't care. He just knocks them over. He's got the tip jar. It's jingling around. There's some coins in there rattling around. Some coppers and a few silvers. No gold really. And then he's like making his way towards the exit that's through the kitchens in the back door.
How fast is Haas? Because he's going that fast.
Haas can move, I think, 30 feet, even though he's a halfling. Let me check your movement. No, you got 25 feet of movement. You got 25 because he's a...
Okay.
But you know what? I'm going to say it's difficult terrain because, you know, he was crashing through that dude there. So I'm going to say it was difficult terrain to go past the server. So maybe he's like right there.
Okay.
Difficult terrain costs twice your movement.
Okay.
He also had to go past this fish guy. He kind of looks, as he also went by the fish, he kind of double takes like, huh? Says something like, thinks about quippers for a second and just keeps running. He's very disoriented. Feet. I mean, this guy is very disoriented. So Haas has, I believe, has the charger feed as well.
Hell yeah. And that's what he's doing.
It's not on your thing, but I think I'm pretty sure you. So what the charger feat lets you do, if you use the dash action, you can follow it up with a strike that knocks people back 10 feet.
Okay, exactly what I'm doing. How do I roll?
So I'm gonna say, here's what I'm saying is gonna happen. So, okay, I think this would be cooler. Let's say this. This would be cool. He does make it in this far. Okay, and he's right there.
Okay.
He uses all of his movement to dash. You do the same thing, and you follow him out here. So you're about right there. There's an open door leading out to the dumpsters. And you know this very well because it's actually your specific job to take out the trash. And you heard Durnan say earlier to take out the trash. So after you dash, you do get to use the charger action to make an attack. You can make an attack. What is it, Charles? Because you also have that. It's like +5 to attack, or you can use your action to shove for 10 feet, I think. Just going off memory.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so you can either attack him for an extra +5, or you can use your shove action and shove him 10 feet.
I'm going to shove him 10 feet to,
okay, so go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage, because this is what you do for a living.
Okay. That's true.
Go ahead and make I
gotta get my advantage on.
Athletics check, and he's also going to do that.
Okay, I need to fucking find a way to do my athletics. I'm just going to roll twice for athletics. Skill check. Okay, I guess the first one's fine.
God, you rolled
or
a
we can just do nat 20
fucking 20, bro. Wait, which one did you do? Oh, you did 2 of them? Oh, you did it twice? Okay. Well, you roll an 18.
Yeah.
We'll roll 18, okay? Because it's your first one. So he also rolled, let's see. Yeah. So here's what happens, okay? You go to screaming through the kitchen. There's staff. There's stuff flying through all the way there. He kind of turns around just for a second, just long enough, kind of like a quarterback. You guys, in the fantasy world, they don't know what it is. But I'm gonna tell you, in the humans, our realm, okay, our realm speak on Earth, it's almost as if he's like a quarterback, and he's out and he's got the tip jar in his hand. He's tucked in there. Got a nice sturdy grip on it so he doesn't drop it. But as he turns around, he just goes and gets completely blindsided by this little screaming halfling that comes out, and just barrels into him with the point of his head, headbutts his ass, and he goes flying back 10 feet into this dumpster. And it's super effective. He crashes into this guy. I think the guy is knocked out. Well, how much do he have? 7 HP. Let's do an attack roll and for bludgeoning, and then like an unarmed strike. And then we're going to add 1d4 bludgeoning for the splash damage. So so you do 1 damage. If you critted, you would have gotten the double damage. You don't have I don't think you have the tavern brawler feat or anything, I guess. So they just do one damage always. And then also going to roll a 1d4. So do you want me to roll that, or you want to roll it? The 1d4.
I'll roll the d4.
So for 3x, so you do an extra 3 bludgeoning damage as he hits there. So he loses the HP, and it looks like he is fucked up there. Now, what's interesting though is go ahead and roll a perception check, because as he hits the dumpster, you got the adrenaline flowing through you, but you notice something strange happens. Oh, or maybe you don't. You've tackled people into a lot of dumpsters. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say give you a point of inspiration for the tenacity of the chick. Go ahead and take a point of inspiration. Go ahead and re-roll that and see if you want to give it a re-roll. You're doing what you love. This is what you do. Dumpster tackle. 10. That's enough. You notice that this dumpster normally, you know this dumpster well. It normally has a dent, a well-made groove in it that is well worn from many times when you've dumpster tackled people into this dumpster in particular.
I've been trying to spell my name.
Although strangely, when he hits it, you notice that it doesn't have that signature ping of the metal denting, more of a wooden like crunch. And as you do that, you notice that actually it's not made of metal at all. No.
What?
This particular dumpster is made of wood. It's made look just like the dumpster that's actually right behind it. And in fact, there is a large creature that reaches out and grows a mouth and does an attack roll on this guy. It is in fact
dumpster was a mimic.
It's a mimic. Oh no!
The mimic looks like this.
Of course.
That's why I was moving around.
Gorgeous.
This guy is
so random.
They did move a little earlier, but yeah. So this thing is going to make an attack roll on him, and it is for the purposes not as large as maybe a dining table mimic, but it has noticed that there are plenty of bodies that get slammed into this dumpster. The dumpster itself is actually right behind him here. Let me see if I can bring that into view. There actually is a dumpster that looks just like it, but it positions itself, and in the moment you don't know this. You figure your dumpster's always there. You slam into it, but the mimic is right in front there, and it's going to roll an attack with its pseudopods. There's nothing worse. Like, if you like pods, that's great, but a pseudopod, man, there's nothing worse than a pseudopod.
No, we only do real shit.
I'm glad Hurk isn't witnessing this, because he'd start getting like an irrational fear that everything is a mimic.
Oh my gosh.
So I think, luckily this is all happening. Nobody can see this happening because it's outside that wall there. So Waterdeep is sanitary streets, it's sewage systems, but it also has like these big truck-like things. But you don't know what a truck is. It's almost like these carts that come around. They're made out of metal. They seem to extract these dumpsters that can hold a lot, that kind of like compact all of the magically compacts all this trash and ships it to I don't know. Must be a local waste management station. Perhaps it's handled by the Dung Sweepers Guild in the city. And so they're very modern and advanced, and they have like these very beautiful like looking dumpsters. Although this one doesn't have its signature dent in it because it's a mimic dumpster that's made out of wood. So let me share this handout with you guys. So you should be able to see that. Show to everyone. And also
beautiful.
Like, hey,
it knows it did the best job. It knows it fucking picked. Yeah, I like its ass.
By the way, Fiahd, did you get your thing of Visfel? I think I shared that with everyone. The handout of Visfel.
Yeah, the picture, right?
Before the
picture, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yeah, I got that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, as you guys can see that, like that's what the trash normally looks like. Only the best establishments seem to have this particular model. It's like the top of the line dumpster, really.
I'm just looking at a picture of Visfel, and David's like, "That's what the trash looks like."
I know, that's the same thing that I was like, hot damn, okay.
Yeah, this is what trash looks like. You get to know what it
looks like. Well, you can see her.
Trash is looking pretty damn
remember
good.
Before I said she was wearing that black and blue. Yeah. So yeah, before I mentioned that she was wearing a black and blue dress with the rose patterns on there. So now I made one that has a black. It's there. You can picture it now. That's what she looks like. Okay, cool. So yeah, Mimic's gonna roll. Let's see, it's pseudopod attack, adhesive. The Mimic adheres to anything that touches it. It's gonna try to bite this fucking dude in half. So it's got its bite attack instead of its pseudopod, and that is a 10. And I don't think that guy beats his AC. So let's see, what does the guy got there?
This guy's
an 11. Huh. So So he tries to, so it tries to chomp down on this guy, and he's like, he looks up, dazed and confused, and like, ah! And then he just kind of like, just barely misses. Like it chomps down and bites a few strands of hair off, and it starts nibbling on. And yeah, it's actually, that's a round of surprise, I think. So I think that means that you skip, we skip around, come back again because he's surprised, right? And so now it attacks again.
Nice. Finish this ass.
So the way surprise works is like you can't do like reactions or actions. So it would go back to everybody else, but I just don't want to go all the way around the horn here. So I assume that Haas is just watching. And
yeah, he is.
Bandit
He's
is
having fun.
Sitting there.
He took out his phone.
So we could.
He's fucking recording
just to not go all the way around the turn. We're going on to round 2 of this thing, and then it does its pseudopod attack, and that does hit for 16. So he goes and attacks this guy. Its sticky tongue comes out and just sucks him right up into the dumpster.
Okay.
Really not sure if he's alive or dead. He's just in there now.
Okay, so this is what my guy says. My guy says, "Yo, Durnan, trash is out."
Trash is out. Okay, we're gonna stop right there, guys. You took out the trash.
All right.
That's what happened.
Trash is out.
Okay, and then with that, we're gonna end the night because it's 11 o'clock.
So, if you're interested in exploring a city that's equal parts mystery, that's the end of episode 2. I got to turn my camera back on. Yeah. Heyo, it's me. It's your boy. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. That was a world premiere, episode 2, actually. So, enjoy that on the replay. I'm going to be streaming episode 3 tomorrow night. And that one's going to have like no editing, although that one will have the camera fix, because at the end of that episode 2, we totally lost the footage because of reasons I won't go into. But we lost that footage, and yeah. So episode 3 will be back to the normal footage, and with all the people at the bottom of the screen and stuff. And it'll be interesting to see that in action. So yeah, I'll be streaming that tomorrow night, Friday night. If you guys got any questions, hit me up. That'll probably be around 7 o'clock. There is a schedule up. If you guys don't know, check the schedule on Twitch, on our Twitch channel, on the homepage. It shows you the streaming schedule of when things are going to air. I think we're going to be airing tomorrow night, Friday, and we're going to be on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So, and that by the time we get to Tuesday, we'll be back around to streaming episode 1 again. So check that out. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. Stay safe. Watch out for those mimics, huh? I still can't believe that Hurk says, I think it's at the beginning of the next episode, he's like, man, if only we had more mimics.
Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power.
Exactly.